Lucas just the ZSS Frame 1 as his main, so
All right.
we get to see the Beast Squirtle, I assume, unless he's just kicking off right with unless they're both keeping it in their comfort zones.
Oh yeah, it's looking comfortable. All right. He's Charizard leading things off. I feel like even though I'm as a big fan of Webb myself, I've grown confident in watching his Zero Suit as it's developed over the past few months. But I will say, if there's any one opponent for you to double guess if you need to pick the Zero Suit into, it's going to be Beasts. I don't know if there's anyone in all of Tri-State who's more confident fighting against this character, especially against like people who are confident with the character, thanks in part to how often he plays against Juice.
And not only that, like being as a Philly native, as I think there is a little bit of a lag spike in there, checking it
Oh,
out. Being a Philly native, there's plenty of other ZSS talent, namely our previous caster, Bankai, the TikTok sensation.
I mean, you're right. I
Yeah.
didn't think you right about it. Our resident e-boy himself.
Oh, true. The
All
ultimate
right,
e-boy.
these lads checking out their buttons. Yeah, fun fact, did you know that
Jab.
Squirtle had a frame 1 jab in Brawl? And now it's a frame 2 jab because Squirtle's not allowed to have nice things.
He has plenty of other nice things. You can actually play him and not worry about stamina. I think that's the biggest buff Squirtle could ever get.
All right, well, I think they're done with their interim of button mashing.
Yeah,
I want to assume we're back into it. We're looking good now.
okay, yeah, just catching him with the Beerverse Paralyzer, a classic ledge trap if you have any sort of those charge buttons. A lot more switching coming out from Beast, and it kind of leans into, as I mentioned prior, he's a lot more comfortable switching through Pokemon in this matchup because he doesn't feel like Squirtle is a liability, at least on Wi-Fi.
I mean, it's always a good mark of a great Pokemon trainer if you see their proficiency with all three of their Mons. And Ivysaur going to be clutching out the kill there. And we're also aware, of Beast's Charizard. But I always find it interesting when he likes to stick on Squirtle. Squirtle himself, very combo-oriented, but also, very reliable bursts as far as the character's damage is concerned. He's like a small, annoying version of Mario.
Yeah, he's the weird tiny turtle Mario ZSS, like up air ladders, proficient grab combos, and both these players really making sure that they're getting windows where it's not lagging.
It's so weird to see. It's like we understand what they're doing and it makes perfect sense, but also just like in between these bursts of waiting, we get this high octane play between them because naturally Zero Suit's a very fast character, and it seems like the two of them are done waiting to see if they could resolve this issue.
Yeah, go to the old lag checker.
The lag checker's work is never done.
No, never ever. Get Shinji on the case and he'll check your ping.
And taking a small reprieve away from the match just to appreciate the fact that that's something that we can do, and we could just speak so casually about it now. I know everyone loves to talk about how poor the online environment for Smash is, which is, but the amount of tools that we have now and how well developed those tools.
As the competitors they are.
Let's see, they're gonna go right into testing again. Ah, yes. Let's hit those fast buttons. Oh, Squirtle up tilt this time. Very nice.
Ooh, he's doing a little bounce.
I'm gonna judge by the fact that Webb is slapping the crap out of this Squirtle that they're going into a set proper.
Yeah, it seems like they're.
I'm gonna take a gander at that down. Yeah, no, this doesn't look like a button check anymore. This is looking like a face check.
This is looking like the Nooch. No more buttons, just straight swinging.
All right. Well, into it we go. Stadium, pretty standard. Honestly, this matchup in particular, I feel is very bog standard for what we've come to expect from good tri-state play.
Yeah, there's a couple. You see players like Juice, obviously, and Bankai, and even other players start to pull out ZSS, as we've mentioned, Sensei working on one, or we've seen rather Sensei working on one. But PT, there was a big spike of PT, but now I don't feel like I see as much Pokemon Trainer outside of Beast anymore. With a lot of them either switching to other characters or dropping the game entirely.
I mean, it is what it is. It's a character that's been regarded as somewhat more difficult to play online, but I feel like Beast is like cracking the code, so to speak, as to what to do, and a lot of that does like happen to be him leveraging his skill with Charizard. I feel like Charizard as a whole is just like the main breadwinner in the trio right now. Like, you have reliable combos, you have reliable recovery, you have plenty of ways to kill, and in general, like, when you're able to leverage Ivysaur's ability to return to the stage on top of Charizard's ability, like, you don't have any bad stages as far as like disadvantage is concerned.
Yeah, I mean, it harkens back to the actual Pokemon games. No matter where you are or what situation you're in, you always have a tool to get out of it or to take advantage of it. And Charizard Backer is one of the best raw killing moves in the game.
That's another move that's just straight up evil.
Oh yeah, it's done time. It's done time.
Like, you know, the person who is behind this move and its numbers chuckled to themselves while they got away with it.
Like, ooh, what if we just take away a 0 here? God.
Alright, we're on the 1-1 stock count, and Webb's doing a really good job of just trying to keep Beast in the air, and I like that. Like, regardless of what Mon Beast is playing against, if he doesn't have a safe landing, or if he has to pay the price and a little bit of percentage to get himself back on the field, like, you're going to be able to keep the race in your favor, even as he eventually switches to Charizard, and it just deals lots of damage. But Squirtle's doing his own well as he tries to keep center stage and fight back the platforms.
Yeah, Squirtle having both a low run and a tiny stature makes ZSS in the amount of tools that she can use, almost limiting her to exclusively Nair and Zair, good as moves as they are. It's a lot harder for ZSS to play around short than it is for her to play around a big body like Charizard. He's not in time to get that jab block.
Alright, well, that window of opportunity is opening for Webb. We've got the Charizard unlocked, and we're past the 100% mark for him, but not for long, as Up Smash manages to seal off Game 1 in Beast's favor.
The power of the swap, a frame 1 air dodge that can lead you right into Charizard's frame 5 up smash. I know frame data, like as we mentioned, it's a lot of stuff, but it isn't everything. Yet having a frame 5 kill tool is just kind of nice.
Yeah, for those who don't like to follow along with the crunchy bits, all you got to appreciate is that Charizard's swinging fast, and the fact that it's a reliable burst option out of shields. Like, if Webb is not careful with how he's swinging, or if he doesn't have any safety net to fall back on, he's eating that. And whether that's damage or a stock, he is eating that.
And given ZSS's lightweight, it makes reckless approaches all the more dangerous for a character that already doesn't like to trade.
God, I love that transition. All right, game 2. We're back on Stadium. I feel like the stage itself was a fine choice. Like, there's a lot of opportunity here for Webb to be able to navigate very safely, thanks in part to just how fast Zero Suit moves. But also, like, Beast just seems super comfortable moving around this stage with all 3 Mons. So I wonder if, like, Webb would have been in a position just to shake things up here.
Yeah, there's plenty of other stages that suit ZSS a little better, and stages where you can utilize ZSS's more potent camping tools in order to space out a Pokemon trainer. Since all 3 Pokemon, while they do it in different ways, they all want to approach. They all want to get in your face and start hitting buttons. They just do it in different ways. Right. And ZSS doesn't need to mess with any of them if you're on a stage like Town and City and have those platforms. Oh man, did we talk about Charizard Up Smash yet?
Oh yeah, we're going to get a second viewing of it as it manages to take the first stock here for Game 2. And I like how Beast is like trying to like press forward with either jab so he has something quick but not too committal, or rush forward and shield, just to sort of bait out whatever Webb's response is. Oh, we're throwing out all the buttons. I'm not quite sure why he's doing it, but man, look at those shot aerials.
Oh, he got that Squirtle forward air sticking out his tiny toes. Man, Webb has been really good at finding his combo starters but he doesn't seem ready, or at very least willing, to try and hard read some of these switches that he's been going for, but
Ooh.
that is a ZSS special.
Yeah, he might be a little reserved when it comes to the stage play, but when it comes to that ledge control, like he's definitely confident with it. We've seen it from the plethora of ways he's tried to cover like out deep for Beast, but finally getting a chance to see flip kick put in its work.
Yeah, now you have ZSS in advantage. ZSS without a real hard need to push the initiative. She can start playing her game of like forcing you to jump with things like Paralyzer and Zair, and then going air to air with like Fair and Nair, and starting to utilize her best strength, that being her airspeed and incredible jump height.
Yeah, she's forcing Beast to move in an uncomfortable manner. It's not often that he navigates by way of like high jumps off of the ledge or like from just barely touching the plats. Like Webb is in control here. And it's not often that we get a chance to see Beast like really squirm like this in neutral. So at the very least, this interaction and this game as a whole, a good testament to Web Zero Suit.
Another quick little jab check.
Oh, what a time for it to get crunchy.
Yeah, being down a whole stock, every interaction counts if you're Beast, and that might be your last one.
All right, well, we're going to be going into Game 3, crunchy or no crunchy. Very well played from Webb.
Crunchy. I like that word. I like that description. Crunchy.
It's I don't know where I picked it up from. It's just always how I've called like less than optimal connection in fighting games.
It's good. I like it. Might start using it.
There we go. Let's see. While we're looking to go into Game 3, I'm going to see what else is happening in the losers bracket. Pharaoh beat Rem, so Rem is down at 7th place tonight. Panther and Amaryllis are playing, which also means that Sensei is down at 9th tonight.
Oh, he ran up against a Fox, which is, if there's a couple matchups that Snake struggled with. Fox has always been one of them that's poked its head and said, hey, like Fox just kind of has every tool to rush down Snake so he can't set up and bully the poor tall man before he's able to get down.
All right, we'll have to catch up the losers bracket later on. Going right back into Game 3. Back here at Stadium. Makes sense for Stadium to be the whole run through. And I don't see any rapid jabbing immediately, so we're just going right into it once again.
No need to test this lag, only need to test each other.
Indeed. Although stray hits here and there, not really leading to too much, just sort of a tug of war for the stage control right now. Oh, what do we got out of it? Alright, just forward smash. Get that damage.
Oh, he almost messed that up. He got a jab 2 instead of jab 1 twice. But alas, it did.
Yeah, no, he got lucky with it, and yeah, I guess Squirtle can like afford to do that. Like, no matter what, like Squirtle is doing something off the ground if there's any low-sitting target.
Ooh, he's not spending any time with Ivysaur. Webb is doing a great job of shutting down that middle Pokemon and almost switching from Squirtle to Charizard a solid 5 seconds where he can just get free damage.
And it makes sense when you look at what Ivysaur is bringing to the table. It's a character that relies off of a very specific hit confirm into everything. It's almost like you had mentioned Ivysaur in the previous set that was on stream. It's very reminiscent of Luigi. Like, he needs that hit so that he can get his game started. And if he's not able to get any other stray hit that can lead into said hit, that hit, of course, being Razor Leaf, like, Ivysaur's just going to sort of flounder around the stage. And even though he can play controlling the ledge and returning from ledge very effectively, as Beast has shown multiple times so far in this set alone, like, there's not much he can do if he's forced to land on the stage or the platforms aren't safe doing. But Charizard? Beast knows how to swing back into the lead with Charizard.
Yeah, if there's any character that has been optimized in his Pokemon Trainer arsenal, it's Charizard. He's the only Charizard that I see go for things like falling up air, that try and stuff people out with back throw Nair and then read the jump. Like, it's well thought out and well executed aggression.
Talking about aggression, those aggro landings from Beast getting punished twice over. Good catches from Webb, helping to equalize the stock count. But we're right back here at the ledge again. And it just goes to show Beast has a pretty consistent game plan to execute here on Webb, and Webb hasn't really found a way out of it. Only really fighting back out of the corner.
Oh, that burst up smash was risky, but he got away with it thanks to Squirtle being turned around. I guess good recognition on Webb to throw out that frame one jab as opposed to picking anything defensive and letting Beast get his momentum started.
See, that's why sometimes it pays off to talk about the frame data, because then you get a chance to understand like why something's so fast, why it's so good, why it matters.
It all matters. Even little things that you have to put in your head for later, it'll all come up, as long as you can replicate the situation again. All right, Webb reading the jump. Okay. First time we've seen Webb go for any sort of deep edge guard and pays the price for it.
Yeah, I feel like Zero Suit rewards so well with her movement, but I've always described her as being very unwieldy. Like, if you don't know exactly where you're going with this character, what you're doing, you're just going to flounder so many resources so quickly that any character can get the punish on you. It's why I feel like she has such a strict learning curve to her.
Yeah, I completely agree. She's one of those characters that thrives off of neutral, and neutral is without a doubt the hardest thing to learn in any fighting game. So figuring out ZSS is in the same way figuring out neutral, which is not really something you can look up a guide for, to say the least.
Oh, no, good DI's keeping him alive, but that was almost it.
He didn't have flip kick, which is why Beast was going so aggressive. Once ZSS is hit out of flip kick, she doesn't get it back until she lands. That was right off of Halo, man. He's no quit from Beast, not even a little bit.
Yeah, no, he was not letting the turbulent waters of this set deter him. Beast manages to take it over WebbJP 2-1, and he secures his spot in winners finals to go fight Spuds, the Yoshi.
I'm sure RJ's happy about